Hello friends, if you're looking for a powerful all-in-one media tool that handles it all, upscaling, converting, compressing, and stabilizing both video and images without breaking the bank, VideoProc Converter AI has to be one of the top choices, and this is an app we've reviewed on this channel before. But today we're putting its brand new face restoration models to the test to see if they really take image upscaling quality to the next level. But before we jump into the results, let's run through some of its standout features. First is the price. It costs just $39.95 for a perpetual license, which is pretty amazing when you consider it enhances both images and video. And compare that to the leading alternatives like Topaz Labs, where you'd have to fork out $200 for Topaz Photo AI for photo enhancement and another $300 for Topaz Video AI for video enhancement. Another major plus is that it works entirely locally. There's no need for an internet connection or credits to use any of its AI tools, which is the exact model we prefer. Finally, the rate of development here has been incredibly rapid. Since I last reviewed VideoProc version 8.3 back in October of last year, which was just 7 months ago, the team has pushed out several updates. We are already on version 8.11, which brings a whole host of new features and performance improvements since that release. Of course, the star of this latest version is the brand new face restoration feature. These models are specifically built to reconstruct blurry, pixelated, or heavily compressed faces, which is one of the toughest challenges in AI upscaling because the human brain is hardwired to notice even the tiniest facial flaws, where any misstep like asymmetrical eyes or unnatural skin texture instantly makes a person look creepy or plastic. So let's see how this latest model does. The workflow largely remains unchanged from my last video in October. To perform image enhancement and upscaling, click the Image AI button, and then we'll load our images. And as you can see, VideoProc has automatically detected my GPU, which it will use to handle all the local processing. It also has loaded the first image from the set and automatically performed a 2x upscale. Let's switch that over to 4x, which I find gives the best overall performance. Looking closely at the preview, you can see the massive challenge of upscaling this original image shown on the left, where aggressive compression and severe pixel blurring have completely erased essential anatomical details. Looking at the result on the right, while the initial upscale is sharper, the facial features, particularly the eyes and nose, look deformed and lack the proper structure. On top of that, there's a lot of ugly smearing across the skin and hair because the algorithm is struggling with a low quality source. Thankfully, VideoProc now includes updated face restoration specifically designed to fix this exact problem. So let's enable it. And just like that, the face restoration is done. And what a night and day difference it makes. By default, it uses its latest model, Rebuild, which as you can see, has accurately reconstructed the face details while generating lifelike skin texture and cleanly separating the individual strands of hair. Pretty impressive. The face restoration feature also includes 2 other models as well. The second model is called Fidelity. Let's switch over to that. And the third model is GFP GAN. To my eyes though, the best looking result by far comes from the default Rebuild model, and that's what I'd recommend for most cases. Looking at another example, here we have an even more difficult face recovery challenge as the subject is even smaller, occupying only a tiny fraction of the overall frame, leaving the face with very few pixels. Because the original face contains so little data, the upscaler will be forced to completely invent complex features from scratch, which can easily lead to distortions and artifacts if the algorithm isn't up to par. Looking at the results from the older 8.3 face restoration, which I demoed in my last review last year, you can see it really struggles with this difficult input, where it shows multiple problems. You can see the pixelated hair, the distorted and smeared features, and that waxy looking skin where the model has aggressively stripped away all organic shadows and micro variations in tone. Next, looking at the result from the latest version 8.11 face recovery, you can see it is another massive improvement, where we get clean, sharply focused irises that completely avoid any distortion, a nicely constructed smile with defined individual teeth, and realistic skin texture that avoids the over-smooth plastic look of the previous attempt. And here are a few more examples to give you a clear idea of what this new face recovery model can do. So as you've seen, the leap in quality in just a matter of months is pretty massive. And we can go through dozens of more examples, but the takeaway is clear. For most images, VideoProc's updated face recovery is now highly competitive with top-tier upscalers in the market, all while costing a fraction of the price and doing it all entirely on your local machine. And this is a huge win for creators to finally have access to this level of quality at such a bargain basement price. So I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to try out VideoProc Converter AI for yourself. I've put all the links down in the description below. And a big thank you to VideoProc for sponsoring this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.